In a world where startups are sprouting like mushrooms after the rain, the real key to success lies not in the brilliance of an idea, but in the processes that bring it to life. The lean startup, a concept introduced by Eric Ries, emphasizes this very idea. This approach focuses on the importance of entrepreneurial management, a new discipline that argues that achieving startup success is less about having a groundbreaking idea or being at the right place at the right time, and more about following the right processes. It's about learning from real-world experiences, about validating every step of the journey, and about iterating until you reach success. You see, the lean startup is less about the size of your budget and more about the breadth of your knowledge and the speed at which you learn. This is where the concept of validated learning enters the scene. Validated learning is all about testing your hypotheses against the real world, learning from the results, and adjusting your approach accordingly. It's about making informed decisions based on tangible feedback rather than simply going with your gut or shooting in the dark. In essence, validated learning is the steering wheel that guides the entrepreneurial vehicle. It's the compass that points startups in the right direction, helping them navigate the often tumultuous seas of the business world. It encourages entrepreneurs to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, and to constantly seek improvement, all in the pursuit of creating a successful, sustainable business. Of course, this isn't to say that having a great idea or being in the right place at the right time isn't important. On the contrary, these factors can certainly contribute to startup success. However, without the right processes, without entrepreneurial management and validated learning, these factors alone may not be enough. The lean startup approach is not just about being lean in terms of money or resources, it's about being lean in learning and management. It's about learning fast and managing smart. In the realm of startups, vision is not just about seeing the future. It's about understanding and managing the present in a way that leads to a successful future. Let's delve into the concept of vision in the lean startup methodology, a new discipline of entrepreneurial management as introduced by Eric Ries. In the hustle and bustle of startup culture, it's easy to think that a great idea or being in the right place at the right time is all that's needed for success. However, Ries challenges this notion. He argues that the real key to startup success lies in following the right processes, not just having the right ideas. So, what does following the right processes entail? Well, Ries emphasizes the importance of validated learning. This concept is all about treating your startup as an experiment. You formulate hypotheses about your business, you test them, you measure the results, and you learn from them. Sounds simple, right? But validated learning is more than just trial and error. It's about learning what works and what doesn't in a scientific, structured, and systemic way. How does validated learning help entrepreneurs build successful startups? It allows them to make informed decisions about their business. Instead of making guesses or assumptions, they make decisions based on facts and data. This reduces the risk of failure and increases the chances of success. It ensures that every step they take is a step in the right direction. But here's the catch. Validated learning is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous process. It's about constantly testing, measuring, and learning. It's about constantly evolving and adapting. It's about turning uncertainties into certainties, one experiment at a time. The vision is not the end goal, but the process, the journey that leads to the end goal. And validated learning is the compass that guides this journey. Just as a compass guides a sailor through the vast and unpredictable ocean, validated learning guides entrepreneurs through the complex and uncertain world of startups. It helps them navigate their way to success. Because in the world of startups, it's not just about where you're going, but also about how you get there. Scene script. Steering a startup is like steering a ship in the vast ocean. You need to know when to adjust the sail, when to row harder, and when to change the direction. The lean startup business model provides a blueprint to navigate these vast waters. It's an approach that favors experimentation over elaborate planning, customer feedback over intuition, and iterative design over traditional, big design upfront development. One of the key components of this model is the concept of the minimum viable product, or MVP. Now, what is an MVP? Picture it as the most basic version of your product that still delivers your core value proposition. It's not about creating a low-quality product, but about learning as much as possible about your customers with the least amount of resources. The MVP is the first step in a process of learning and refining. It's all about testing your assumptions, learning what resonates with your customers, and iterating from there. Once you've got your MVP out in the world, The next step is to measure, but not just any measurement will do. In the lean startup model, we focus on actionable metrics, those that tie specific and repeatable actions to observed results. They're the antithesis of vanity metrics that may make you feel good but don't offer clear guidance for what to do. So, we've built our MVP, we're measuring our success, and now comes the tough question: pivot or persevere? This is possibly the hardest decision a startup has to make. To persevere means to stay the course, to keep refining and improving your product based on the feedback and metrics you're receiving. This is the path if your MVP is showing promising signs of product market fit. But what if the metrics are telling a different story? What if your MVP isn't gaining the traction you'd hoped for? That's when a pivot might be necessary. A pivot is a fundamental change in strategy that results from learning. It could mean targeting a different customer segment, altering your product, or changing your revenue model. It's not an admission of failure, but rather a brave decision to change direction based on what you've learned. But here's the catch. There's no foolproof formula to tell you when to pivot or when to persevere. It's an art, a science, and a dash of gut instinct. But the lean startup model gives you the tools to make this decision in a structured and informed way. It's about minimizing the uncertainty, learning quickly, and moving in the direction that your customers are pointing you towards. Knowing when to pivot or persevere is the art and science of entrepreneurial management, and the lean startup approach provides the tools and techniques to master this art and science. In the startup world, speed is the name of the game. But it's not just about running fast, it's about learning fast. Imagine you're in a car, racing through the build, measure, learn loop. The accelerator is pressed down, the engine is roaring, and you're zipping through these stages at breakneck speed. But remember, this isn't a race about who can reach the finish line first. It's about who can learn the most, the quickest. And to do this, you need to think big, start small, and scale fast. Let's break this down. To think big means to have a clear, bold vision of what you want to achieve. It's about seeing the potential impact of your startup and not limiting your dreams. To start small means to begin with a minimum viable product, or MVP. This is a version of your product that has just enough features to satisfy early customers and provide feedback for future development. It's about testing your big ideas in the real world with real customers as soon as possible. To scale fast means to grow your startup quickly once your MVP has been validated. It's about leveraging what you've learned from your MVP and applying it to your product on a larger scale. But acceleration doesn't stop there. It's also about adapting by asking why more effectively. This means constantly questioning your assumptions, your processes, and your results. It's about diving deeper into the why behind what's working and what's not, and using this insight to iterate and improve. Finally, let's talk about incubating innovation in a sandbox. This is about creating a safe space where new ideas can be tested and nurtured. It's about allowing your team the freedom to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. It's about fostering a culture of continuous learning and innovation. In the lean startup approach, acceleration is not just about speed, but about momentum. It's about maintaining the momentum of learning and adapting, of building and measuring. The lean startup methodology is more than just a methodology. It's a mindset, a way of thinking, and a way of acting. It's about recognizing the importance of entrepreneurial management, embracing a new discipline that values validated learning, and prioritizing the right processes over being in the right place at the right time. It's about understanding the lean startup business model, creating a minimum viable product, and learning how to measure success and failures optimally. It's about answering the most difficult question: to pivot or to persevere. And finally, it's about speeding through the build, measure, learn, feedback loop as quickly as possible. It's about thinking big, starting small, and scaling fast. It's about asking why more effectively and incubating innovation in a sandbox. Remember, the key to startup success lies not in the idea, but in the process. And the lean startup methodology provides the blueprint for this process. So think lean, act lean, and start lean. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on our journey through the lean startup methodology. It's a journey that requires courage, determination, and a commitment to continuous learning. It's about embracing the unknown, taking risks, and learning from failures. It's about being agile, adaptable, and resilient in the face of challenges. It's not an easy journey, but it's a rewarding one. And most importantly, it's a journey that you don't have to take alone. Join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs who are also on this journey. Share your experiences, learn from others, and help each other navigate through the challenges and uncertainties of entrepreneurship. Remember, the Lean Startup methodology is not just about starting a business, it's about starting a movement that empowers entrepreneurs like you to transform ideas into successful businesses. So, are you ready to embark on this journey? Are you ready to embrace the Lean Startup methodology and become a part of this movement? If you are, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll be joining a community of entrepreneurs who are committed to transforming the world of entrepreneurship. Thank you for watching, and remember, think lean, act lean, and start lean.